What if I told you that a single night out could cost a professional athlete millions of dollars in lost income? That's exactly what's happening with Harrison Bader and the San Francisco Giants. Here's the thing, when you're a high-earning MLB player, every injury feels like a financial earthquake. But this isn't just any injury. It's a recurring theme in Bader's career, and it raises some seriously uncomfortable questions about player safety, team accountability, and the absurdity of modern sports contracts. Let's start with the obvious. Bader's left foot is in pieces. Again. This time, it wasn't a gradual breakdown from plantar fasciitis. It was a scooter crash that left him needing medical attention and, apparently, a lesson in life. But here's where it gets wild. This isn't his first rodeo. Back in 2014, while playing college ball at Florida, he was suspended for 19 games after a scooter accident that turned out to be alcohol-related. Now, years later, the same mode of transportation is causing another setback. Personally, I think this says more about the culture of recklessness that plagues young athletes than it does about Bader himself. Why do we keep seeing this pattern? Is it a lack of oversight, or just the inevitability of human error when you're young and dumb? Now, the Giants' decision to suspend payments is where things get even more fascinating. Teams have always had clauses for injuries, but this feels like a calculated move to protect their bottom line. Buster Posey's statement about suspending payment until he can perform services sounds like a lawyer wrote it. But here's the catch. MLB contracts are notoriously complex, and players often have to navigate a minefield of clauses when they're injured. What makes this really interesting is that the Giants aren't just cutting checks, they're sending a message. Are they trying to set a precedent? Or are they just being cold-hearted? From my perspective, it's a reminder that in sports, your body is your currency, and once it's broken, the value drops faster than you can say plantar fasciitis. And let's not ignore the bigger picture here. Scooters are everywhere now, but they're also death traps in the wrong hands. The fact that Bader's accident involved a fire engine rolling over his foot? That's not just bad luck, it's a systemic issue. Cities aren't designing infrastructure for scooters, and athletes are expected to navigate these dangers while juggling the pressure of performance. A detail I find fascinating is that the Giants' statement mentions investigating the circumstances of the accident. Why investigate? Is there a chance this was preventable? Or are they just covering their bases in case there's a lawsuit down the line? This raises a deeper question. When does a player's personal mistake become a team's liability? In the end, this whole mess is a microcosm of the absurdity of modern sports. You spend years honing your craft, only to have your career derailed by a single, stupid decision. And when it happens again, like it did for Bader, teams have the power to make your life even harder financially. If you take a step back and think about it, this isn't just about Harrison Bader. It's about every athlete who's ever faced the cruel math of injury, insurance, and the unrelenting grind of professional sports. What's next? Will Bader come back stronger? Or will this be the moment his career starts to unravel? One thing's for sure, the Giants aren't just suspending payments, they're making a statement. And in the world of sports, sometimes the loudest statements are the ones made with a checkbook.